Hi everyone, so today we are going to make a video on real HRD issue. So throughout this video we are going to discuss the background of this case, what is the root cause of this case, and what are the solutions and recommendations we are going to propose for this case with a logical problem analysis. However, we have to withhold the original name of the company with the data privacy restrictions and the reputation concerns of the company. So we are going to use a placeholder which is ABC Private Limited for this case to discuss further. So let's quickly discuss the background of this case study. ABC Private Limited. ABC Private Limited is considered as the largest IT company in the business context of Sri Lanka. So when it comes to Sri Lankan location of the business chain, it is the large offshore location of the business. By 2019, it employed more than 3,500 employees to continue their business operations. It is providing services to digital engineering, cloud services, AI and automation, banking and financial industries. When it comes to the HR structure of the organization, HR is led by the Vice President HR with the support of talent acquisition, business HR partnering, learning and development, and compensation and benefits. From 2015 to 2019, it was considered as the golden era of this company because the majority of employees enjoyed the job stability, the flexibility, and the benefits provided by the company. And it was the dream company of fresh graduates during that era. Though many businesses affected by global pandemic of COVID-19, the ABC Private Limited successfully operated their business with the business continuity plan. So they shifted to remote working model with this plan to continue their business. However, at the same time, the company faced the economic crisis of the Sri Lanka, which made the location, the cost increased location, and hinders the competitiveness of the business in the global context. The company is following tier pyramid model to facilitate for the talent management things, basically the promotions and salary increments. Based on this tier structure, it starts from tier 5 to tier 0. Tier 5 indicates the interns and tier 4 indicates associate executive and executive level. Tier 3 indicates associate consultant and consultant level. Tier 2 indicates senior consultant and lead consultant level. Tier 1 indicates associate manager and manager level. And tier 0 indicates senior manager and above level. The importance is this tier pyramid model has been collapsed with the decisions made by the company. With the economic crisis and client moved to the onshore location, the company decided to freeze their hiring and freeze the promotion and salary cycles with the cost increasing, and they have to manage the cost of the company. Today, the most of employees feel frustrated just because of this delay of promotion and increment cycle. Majority of the employees working in ABC started the journey with the company first, and their skill set is very niche. Therefore, they cannot move to external opportunity because of this niche nature of their skill and expertise. Also, when it comes to the migration opportunities, with the geopolitical concerns, the migration opportunities are shrinking. Therefore, they cannot apply for the migration opportunities as well. Therefore, there was a huge noise around this company regarding when will be the promotion, how long we will have to stuck with this position, and is there a future with this company. With that, HR struggled to respond these concerns just because of this delay of promotion and the salary increments. Based on the exit survey data, 62% of exited employees exited the company just because of this delay of promotions and the increment cycle. It affects to the entire business operation because of it increased the attrition rate, it increased the replacement cost of the business, it increased the skill mismatch, and finally it makes delays on the client project deliveries. Therefore, the place where employee dream to join the company makes the place where employee feel frustrated about their career stagnation. This is the background of this HRD issue. So let's analyze what is the real issue of this case.
Okay, let's move into issues and problem identification. The main HR problem at ABC Private Limited is career stagnation, especially among Tier 3 and Tier 4 employees who represent the middle-level management. This issue became visible shortly after the company's rapid expansion phase, when promotions, career growth pathways, and project allocations began to slow down drastically. So here's what happened at ABC Private Limited. Promotions were completely frozen from 2021 to 2023, stopping upward mobility from nearly 3 years. And 2,400 employees across Tier 3 and Tier 4 were directly affected by this freeze, leading to frustration and uncertainty. By mid of 2022, over 630 employees were stuck on the bench for extended period of 6 to 12 months without project allocation. The employee net promoter score fell dramatically from plus 80 in 2019 to below plus 20 in 2023, clearly showing declining employee morale. 62% of employees who resigned mentioned that lack of career growth as the main reason for leaving the company. So this stagnation created a psychological burden on employees. Many felt that they were putting in effort without receiving recognition, promotion, or skill development opportunities. Their sense of purpose and future visibility inside the company slowly declined. Employees felt stuck with no upward mobility or skill development. Business impact also grew. Delayed project delivery, weak succession line, and loss of experienced talent. But what caused this crisis? To understand how this issue escalated to such a level, we will now move into root cause analysis.
Now that we understand the problem, let's look at the root cause behind this career stagnation crisis. Using the causal factor analysis technique, we identify one major root cause and several secondary causes that collectively intensified the issue. We have identified the primary root cause as poor strategic workforce planning. Between 2020 and 2021, the company recruited more than 1,100 new employees, mainly at Tier 4 based on optimistic project forecasts that never materialized. The hiring decisions were driven by expected client demand, not confirmed contracts. When the anticipated project were cancelled or delayed due to the global situation, the company suddenly found itself with a massive surplus of employee and no suitable project opportunities for them. As a secondary cause, we have identified client onshoring. Many of ABC's major clients in US, UK and Canada shifted work back to their onshore locations. This was due to increased uncertainty, travel restrictions and the preference for retaining work closer to home during the post-pandemic recovery. The next one is the Sri Lankan economic crisis. The economic instability in Sri Lanka further worsened the situation. Rising inflation, operational cost and currency depreciation made Sri Lanka less competitive as an outsourcing destination when compared to the India or Eastern Europe. The next one is technological disruption. The rapid rise of deal AI, automation and low cost platforms significantly reduced the demand for routine roles, especially manual QA and entry-level engineering positions. Many of the employees who were hired during the expansion phase did not have the required skills for emerging technologies. This creates a mismatch between the employee competencies and client needs. The last one we found strict labor regulation in Sri Lanka. Sri Lankan labor laws make it extremely difficult to conduct mass layoff even during economic hardships. Although the company had excessive headcount, they could not legally reduce staff without facing major financial and legal concerns. Now we will look at the formal problem analysis.
Problem analysis. The career stagnation problem has 4 key dimensions, each creating long-term damage to the organization. HRD failure. Career development frameworks closed as promotions were frozen for nearly 3 years. Employees' physiological contract with the organization was broken, reducing trust and loyalty. Over time, the absence of career progress created frustration and disengagement among high potential staff. Learning and development gaps. Learning and development did not respond quickly enough to technological disruptions like Gen AI, automation, cybersecurity, and cloud engineering. Many bench employees remained with outdated skills, making them unsuitable for new project requirements. This lack of timely reskilling further limited internal mobility and worsened stagnation. Reward and compensation issues. Salary increments were minimal during the crisis, making employees feel undervalued. Combined with zero promotions opportunities, compensations gaps grew compared to competitors. This pushed many experienced employees to leave for better paying opportunities. Organizational impact. Succession pipelines weakened as mid-level employees exited the company. Projects delivery capability declined due to skill gaps and talent shortages. The organization's morale fell significantly, employee net promoter score dropped sharply, and the company even lost its Great Place to Work certification. This crisis is not just an HR issue, it is a systematic organizational risk encompassing blocked career progression, skill misalignment, demotivated employees, weakened leadership pipelines, and reduced client delivery capability. Next, we will look at our solutions, conclusions, and recommendations.
Based on our analysis, to address the career stagnation crisis at ABC Sri Lanka, we have identified a series of solutions to directly target the main root cause, which is poor strategic workforce planning, and the secondary causes, which are client onshoring, economic crisis, technological disruption, and labor law rigidity using a phased implementation approach. Phase 1: Workforce realignment and bench optimization. Conduct a full bench audit to assess individual skill levels, redeploy bench employees to internal transformation or lower priority client projects, and to introduce short-term internal mobility programs to reduce idle time. Phase 2: Strategic workforce planning. To implement an evidence-based workforce planning framework, to align new hiring strictly with confirmed client requirements, and to introduce risk assessment tools to foresee potential client onshoring. Phase 3: Reskilling and talent development. To launch targeted reskilling programs in Gen AI, cloud, cybersecurity, and automation. To provide certifications and project-based learning opportunities. And to use a skills tracking system to match talent with future project needs. Phase 4: Promotion restoration and succession planning. To gradually resume promotions using updated transparent criteria. To rebuild succession pipelines for criteria, technical, and leadership roles. And to improve communication about career pathways to regain employee trust. Finally, Phase 5: Continuous monitoring and policy improvements. To introduce workforce dashboards to track promotion timelines, skill gaps, and bench numbers. To update HR policies to include flexible mobility and promotion criteria during crisis periods, and to conduct quarterly engagement surveys to measure progress. The career stagnation crisis at ABC Private Limited was primarily driven by ineffective strategic workforce planning and intensified by global disruptions, economic instability, and rapid technological change. However, with structured interventions, the organization can reverse these effects and rebuild a future-ready workforce. Some of the recommendations for the management are to implement a robust strategic workforce planning tool, to restore transparent and fair promotion cycles, to strengthen succession planning and invest in vertical business expansion, to explore outsourcing models to increase project availability and revenue. Some recommendations for HR policymakers: to introduce flexible promotion frameworks even during turndowns, and to expand reskilling initiatives to align with dynamic IT industry needs. Some recommendations for employees: to actively participate in training, reskilling, and internal mobility programs. And a recommendation for educational institutions to align curricula with industry trends such as AI, cloud, automation in order to support employability. By addressing these strategically, ABC company can regain stability and improve their long-term sustainability. As we wrap up, our case study reminds us that employees are the heart of any organization. When their growth stops, the organization stops growing too. Therefore, HR's role is not only to manage people, it is to shape the future of work, to guide the organization through uncertainty, and to ensure that every employee has a pathway to progress. Thank you for joining us as we explore this critical HRD challenge at ABC Private Limited. We hope our insights help you understand how strategic HR decisions can significantly influence employee development and organization sustainability. We hope our analysis provided clarity and helped highlight the importance of effective workforce planning and career development in modern organizations. Thank you.